glad to meet you. It's not worth being rash. You boys get paid a salary. You get that salary whether these people escape or not. Your wives presumably want you alive. Let them out. Now, please. Okay. Okay. It's a stroke of good fortune for all of you. Use it. Now, Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Milliken, be so kind as to quickly run away before somebody gets shot entirely unnecessarily. Go on, don't look back. Mr. Wendt, I believe it was $50 we agreed on.
It was.
Here's 50 each.
Each?
Yes. Now get out of here, both of you. My employer and I appreciate your professionalism.
All we did was stand there and look tough.
And you did it fantastically well. Good day, gentlemen. Now, sir, how about you pick up these guns and we move out? My mistress is waiting for us.
This is,
Come along. And you better get on this horse.
Do I have a horse? I am not digging these pajamas. I'd like to go to Kmart.
It's not much of an animal, but they haven't got far to ride. Just get on the horse when you're good and ready, okay? Ready?
Yep.
Wonderful.
Where are we going?
I hope you'll forgive the secrecy.
Okay.
My employer particularly values discretion.
Okay.
My name is Mr. Horley, by the way. 6 months at Sisika Penitentiary. Awaiting a hanging for a murder you did not commit. Must have felt a whole lot longer, my friend.
Well,
You still seem strong, though. I mean, doesn't look like breaking all those rocks has left you entirely broken, in body or in spirit. I hope I am right about that. Rounding you folks up, and those sham trials, they were a disgrace. Made a mockery of the rule of law. I still can't quite believe they got away with it. There's others convicted when you were. Came out breathing fire. Maybe you're like that too. Guess we'll see. Or maybe you just want to put it all behind you, forget you were in there at all.
Yeah.
That would be fine, of course, but you will listen to my mistress first. She spent a good sum getting you folks out. You owe her an audience, at least. She's just up here. There's the camp. It's your horse. I'll wait.
Mr. Horley, I do know how to engage a horse.
This way. She's anxious to meet you. Madam, we're back.
Hello. Jessica Leclerc, how do you do? What did you tell him?
Crosby?
Nothing, as we discussed.
Thank you, Horley. I do hope we haven't inconvenienced you dreadfully. But seeing as you were due to be hanged in a week, I'm sure you don't object too strongly. I know you're innocent. Well, not perhaps exactly innocent, but not guilty of what you were accused. I know you and those who were with you that died were little more than patsies, and that you were set up by one of 3 men or a woman, possibly by all of them. I can't be sure, but that is all I know so far.
And one of these people also made Mrs. Leclerc a widow.
And I will avenge my husband's death, so help me God. But I will not avenge it upon them who did not cause it, or caused it unwittingly. Anyway, I'm sure this is all a touch confusing and melodramatic. Where are my manners? Horley, please show our guests to their tent and give them some fresh clothes to put on.
Very good, madam.
Then serve us both a little refreshment.
Certainly, madam. This way. You'll find a change of clothes in there.
Okay.
Alongside a few other items you might need. A lasso, a knife, and a lantern, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not digging that. Arthur Morgan, you are not. pants.
That looks more comfortable. Hawley,
Here, madam.
your very good health. I suppose it beats dying,
Mrs. Leclerc's husband was murdered by one of his business partners.
And I intend to find out which one. Or rather, I intend for you to find out. And kill them. You're the only person I could possibly trust to do whatever it takes. Because you and your accomplices, you're the only other victims of their lies still alive. You see, you walked into the town at approximately the same time my husband was shot in the back, but by another gun, firing different bullets to those you possessed when you were arrested. These bullets, this was their mistake. You were rounded up and sentenced to death, all because you came to town and didn't talk too much and seemed like you were nasty. Anyway, here they are. The people who run Blackwater. Mr. Jeremiah Shaw, banker, real estate speculator, and crook. Mr. Amos Lansing, ranch owner, speculator, and crook. Mrs. Grace Lansing, his wife, society patroness, lover of the arts, crook, and my former best friend. Teddy Brown, her disgraced brother, outlaw, wanted man, and still in contact with them. All I ask of you is your help in finding out quite what happened.
Mrs. Leclerc would like to help you get back on your feet. Get back to work.
Whatever your work may be. I don't judge. You want to rob? Rob. You want to save innocent folk? Do that as well. But you need me just as much as I need you. I think we all understand each other.
I hope we do.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. I look forward to rewarding you for killing those who made me a widow. My husband was a true believer in this country and in the West. He was killed for greed. Foul greed when there's quite enough for everybody. I don't care what your scruples are as to killing. I will take the full burden of that sin upon my shoulders.
Seriously, have you ever met
Goodbye.
Denise Crosby?
For now.
Bye.
Then Hawley, go introduce him to nice Mr. Cripps.
I think you'll like Cripps well enough. He's long past his prime, of course, but he hasn't gone entirely crazy just yet. And he will help you, better than most of his ilk. Cripps, get up.
Hello, partner. Harley.
This is your new boss.
Oh, pleased to meet you, partner. J.B. Cripps at your service.
We'll pay to get your camp established. Mrs. Leclerc is a generous benefactor.
And, where are we headed?
Oh, sir. While Cripps is establishing your camp, perhaps you can go to the station and see the clerk, then head to see Clay Davies. He's a horse thief, and not a terribly nice one. Then meet Cripps back at your camp.
See you shortly, boss.
Good luck.
The you will be replacing these.
The sooner you do it, the sooner we'll leave you to your own devices.
Can I have your horse? It has my thing. So I highly recommend that you play the campaign before you start playing this, because I can already see how it would make this a lot easier. Sorry for the out of character. Tell you what, me and Vernelli was down here to Rhodes. This here red Georgia clay. I know I do not like that red Georgia clay, even though this here is heading into Rhodes. Might have to go see where some of my old campsites was, if you know what I mean. Come on up there now. I gotta take a minute here. Hold on. Might be lost. Give me a horse down. Just a bunch of gators down this here place. I'm gonna tell you about that. These damn, you can't see a damn thing between the sun now. Sunrise, sunsetting on me. Oops, watch out for them dang doe horses there. On this here map going around there. A bunch of gators and stuff. Not sure I've been this here part of Rhodes. Dusty roads, take me to Rhodes. Place I remember. Louisiana. Bayou NWA. Seriously, Bayou NWA. What are you at? Northwest Alliance? Could stand for. I'm not really sure what that would be. It sounds familiar, but NWA, I've heard that before. Horse beef. Let me get a cut.
That's the word in town.
You tell me to go meet a horse thief. And tell me to leave my horse outside. That their partner ain't good life choices. Approach the postal clerk. Are you down there? Alright, I'm coming around. All in your time. This here's a open carry friendly state. L2.
Price of tobacco just seems to keep dropping.
Hey.
Hello. You must be Harley's friend. He's one of us. He said you also were a discouraged man. I'm very discouraged. Disappointed Alden, that's me. Anyway, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I find your reticence charming. Real charming. By the way, I heard you might want to earn a little money. Well, some gentlemen have been robbing our stages, and they are not part of the club, if you catch my meaning. If you can make them go away, I'm sure they will have something of interest to you. They're up at Blue Water Marsh. See what you can do, okay? Here, by the way, a catalog. The latest issue. Just came into this armpit from a land more civilized. And if all works out, well, my colleagues and I move around these stations as needed. And all of us are very discouraged. We will all help a fellow sufferer with pertinent information. Good afternoon, sir.
Country road, take me home. Get me a horse and a new hat. Scrawny nag, riding on my scrawny nag. My health is good, but my horse is scrawny. Wish I had a lot more baloney. Hey, hey, scrawny nag. I robbed that church one time. Well, I didn't. Morgan did. Here on my horse, ready to ride. Go outside, in horse, riding my horse. Doo-ba-doo. Name's Obadiah Myerson. Might know me from Valentine Myerson. I am not sure of this fact. I would like to have some of my premium options delivered to this area, please. Buy shark cards out. Better not be setting my camp up near no damn alligators. I'm gonna be freaking once no alligators and ready to scar it. Search for my hideout. Swear to God, that horse or the alligator comes, I'm telling you it, so I can't escape. As that is the way I have been taught since childhood in this rough and tumble world. Been told that whenever a banjo is heard while in the southern woods, one should take away and run. That has been my way. too. You a bandit? You a bandit?
Okay.
I gotta kill you.
You're good.
Huh?
You're real good, friend. So, I don't want to die, friend.
Yeah, thanks, your friend. I'll be your
Here.
huckleberry.
Take this. It's a map. Just...
Don't run. I do not have what you call the money, so I will now be required to loot these dead bodies in an effort to find the money for cocaine gum, as be required by law in this state. I know you're trying to get me to open that statue, but I need to open these bodies first. Look, you might last at 31 cents, but back in 1899, 31 cents, you could buy a house and 3 cars. That is not a lie. A lot of people don't know that. So long as you are not in danger, I say loot and loot away. Just don't do it on Main Street because it's illegal. Goddamn rich man, that's 16. In the hell am I going to get all the way up that search area with a horse? That is not the way to get. It is not on a horse. You are a dumb, slow horse. Went to school with a kid named Horsley. I haven't thought about that in a while. What's his name? Eric Horsley. Paul? Horsley? Mark Horsley? Mike Horsley? No, Mike. Yeah, Mike in school. I don't know. On the road again. Bunch of Georgia clay and get, oh, missed the road. Much like the South, needed unpaved road. There better not be no pigs out here. They scary. Oh shit. Now, is that part of a body? I believe that is. I do believe I got my startup cash. I guess I should be paying attention to the whatnots and the who-fors. L1. What are these ability loadouts? This is different. God damn it, Stony Neck, where you at? Make me come over here. Ho yourself, ho-ho. See this over on the Twitch channel. daisies. Excuse me, mister. Shut up, horse. It's that time when I drive my horse in the sky. Gonna kill a deer, bye-bye, bye-bye. Riding down the horse tracks and hills and hollers too. I don't know what I'm doing. I have seriously been playing for half an hour already, and it does not seem as being the case, but it is, so here we are. Watch out, that backfield. Good money into backfield. Here's pig farmer. Here's pigs. My horse is standing the ship. Dogs at stony nags and stuff. Be a horse, and I'll have to steal a good one soon. Take a gun, kill a man, put a rifle in his hand. Almost gun, almost to the fence, I'm a Jew. Oh. Tarnation. Oh, shit. Oh, square to start matchmaking. Oh, shit. This does not end well for anybody involved. I may have to end soon since we're actually now going, seems like the free roam situation. If this is the end, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. Yeah, we're just go ahead and dip out of this. So, thanks. Later, everybody.